Mic check. All right, there we go. All right, what's up, y'all? Good afternoon. Welcome back. You guys are just hopping on. What's going on, y'all? What's up, Astronautical Rogue? I couldn't find anything to eat. I was gonna order something, but I couldn't find anything good, so I'm fasting now. It's really weird. I've been always been a like weird eater. I eat like everything at like 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, I don't get hungry in the morning. I don't get hungry at lunch. Like I get a little bit hungry, but then like 3, 4 o'clock. I did see Chick-fil-A, man. I can't eat that shit. I don't know. The restaurants here aren't of that kind of quality. There is a El Salvadorian restaurant that I thought about getting some beer from. Delicious. What's going on, y'all? BOGO? Can I show you a day trading strategy? Well, if you go to my disc or to my YouTube, you can see my. I just uploaded that video, by the way. If anybody wants to recap or watch the video, that basically the whole chart-a-thon, I'm gonna chop it up and I'm gonna upload part two. But yeah, man, my entire strategy, we're gonna go over it. I'm sure a bunch here. But we trade the Potter box strat, and we use the punchback specifically to take our trades. So, speaking of, it looks like Boeing might end up. I don't know, man. That might be a good play there. Like long 270s. I was looking at that. I don't even play that, but man, that might be a good trade. Break of cost basis, new high 280. Maybe a retest and a gap fill of that 330. I might buy some share. No, I appreciate that, man. I don't know why I said El Salvadorian. Salvadorian, that's right. Thank you. Appreciate that. No, I mean, yeah, I was actually looking at Boeing. It's coming out of an accumulation phase. It's breaking cost basis. It looks like it's got a pretty much straight shot up into this upper channel of around 234. But I mean, based on our strat, we know that this should lead us up into new highs. So I'm thinking we could see a straight shot up into the 276. I'm actually looking at my list of stocks that we've gone over and putting stars on, which, I don't like BA, but I have been taking a lot of long trades because the market's been tasty. So BA looks pretty good. So, all right. Well, yeah, so let's go ahead and let's recommence what we were doing earlier. If you guys don't mind, make sure you're tapping your screen. Yeah, go ahead and drop your request. So, Potter, you in Jamaica, your internet keeps... That might be you, dude. My internet... I just checked my upload speed this morning. That shit's up there. It should not. I mean, maybe it's my mic. I don't know. Yeah, let me get Twitch up. Oh, Lord. OBS just fucking... All right. Stream is up. All right. So could have been me. It's okay now. Might have been, yeah. So I put a star by BA. We'll come back to that. But let's go ahead and start with you guys' request. FedEx. Hold on one second. There we go. Yeah, no, it's breaking cost basis on the weekly, so that's why I was pointing it out. Okay. That's a good look right there. So this mark right here is 218. That's what you just accumulated on top of. It's not the bottom of the box, but it is the in-between space. So you have this mark right here, and that's 234.35. Wow, look at that. That's a powerful area right there. So that's the bottom of my structure. That's where buyers try and hold up the price. And then sellers seem to really enjoy holding this down, which you get a punchback. So you make a new high out of that. That was a tangible resistance. Yeah, so this is a pretty straightforward chart, I think, in my opinion. Yeah, so look at that. That's giving. Okay, so here's what I say. You need to gap up. I think you guys know my opinion on him. Good morning. Caught a tweet from Popular Trader yesterday saying he's excited to trade today. Oh my God. Sometimes the inexperience just bleeds, man. You can't sometimes. Yeah, I saw a lot of people, TikTokers doing that shit. All right, so this is what I see for FedEx. FedEx has been accumulating on top of that 219 or 220 mark, excuse me, and is currently bunched up against 235. That is what needs to be gapped up above. You need to open above that. As you can see, the majority of the opens above that mark lead to the cost basis, which is going to be around 245. That's a psychological number. That's what needs to break. You did just come out of what appears to be a downtrend. Oh, shit. Again, we don't do funny little lines here. We make sure that we have math. So it has to line up. We need to see some, we call them points of contact. So it looks like trend was here. It was established right here on this break back into structure. So here's what I say. At the moment, you need to, yes, break that 245, and that should lead you up into a new high, which I'm going to assume is going to be around, I'm going to go ahead and say 275 and 280. I'll get banned if I start talking about people, but I just, honestly, I'm not going to get banned. I'm not going to get banned. Can't make me. I will get banned though. A lot of people get their little feelings hurt because I don't like everybody. But I just question, shit that I see on the internet. So usually what's the most popular is not the edge. You know what I'm saying? Like it can't be. It's just not how the market works. So FedEx is a good chart. I like this one. So, all right, what's next? We got FedEx, Boeing. I liked that one. My thoughts on IWM. So kind of a rough spot here that we're in at the moment, being that we are coming out of a little, I don't know why I got so many marks right here. We are coming out of a nice little accumulation right there. Bounce 167.75, floor was 172, resistance was 179, and then your top end, so that was cost basis. It's still oh man, that's not good. That's actually kind of a bearish setup. I'm going to be honest with you, unless we can get to, because really 190, 250 is going to be where I believe small caps will take off. That is cost basis in the area of consolidation above. You can see when candles open up underneath them, they fall. Open underneath, they fall, right? Get lots of bounces, candle closes on top. But ultimately that mark, 192.50, is going to be where you want to make it. Now, what I do see is as I see a break back down into structure, a break of cost basis, and a punchback still is a punchback, regardless of if you go and retest resistance again. So if you do not break this 188 and get into the 190s, it is, and here's what I will say, because whatever happens above this is irrelevant, right? As long as you stay above here and do not lose 175, you're good. And really, this is a great chart to prepare yourself for either or, because you do have a solid cost base. solid cost basis, and you do have solid structure underneath you. So you could spend your time and pull back and just bounce and then see your next leg up. Or if it is a rejection, you're going to pull back, you're going to punch down into this box. And if this cost basis is broken, then you're going to probably move down to the 160s, which I'm not bearish. I'm just giving you the marks. This is, again, the market is mechanical. This stuff's not my opinion. So how's it going, Dave? All right, so let's go. I saw IWM. Disney was next. Sheesh. All right, so we got. I got my box off. Okay, so it's not all bad. You did lose your support here. You went down and you caught. Listen, guys, I don't make this shit up. It just happens. It's an observation. Look, 50% right here of this consolidation, cost basis, bounce, $87. Reclaim the floor above you, but really what's going to be the most important is this $94 mark. If you can bounce, which is what I think Disney should do, is bounce here. Oops. Bounce. Oh, shit. There we go again. And then break. If you can break 95.35, there's an imbalance right here. You'll fill that imbalance, and your goal is to get in and above 96.50 and build somewhere in there. So, but otherwise, if you lose this support again, that could be a rejection off of cost basis, and you might find yourself down at $85. So. Yeah, Disney doesn't look all that great. So, all right. What do we got next? Netflix. So I will, those of you who use standard deviations, I will go and I will adjust my channels, because here's the deal. 2 of these channels is just one of these channels chopped up, right? So I'm just basically dividing it, because a lot of the times when stocks fall under heavy amounts of control, you'll open up a second and third standard deviation channel. Yeah, of course. Hey, tech stuff. I think you're absolutely correct. This is the daily chart. So anyway, what I was saying, sorry. And we'll bring that back down. So as you can see, points of contact, you closed on top of that standard deviation. So I'm going to be honest with you. You don't have much underneath you at all until you get down to 405.70. So it could be that you are opening up a downtrend or coming across a projection. 448 was a major target. We had this, I think, coming from the weekly. Yeah. So, and look at the weekly trend, guys. So, wow, I did that months ago. Let's see. So you skidded. Oh, hold on one second. See, now when I go to the 4 hour, excuse me, not the weekly, but the 4 hour. Now this chart becomes really, really clean. Check this out. No, I mean, this is really big. This is actually a really stupid, clean chart. So adjusting right here, nice clean points of contact right there. I think I remember narrating the potential break up to the upside right there. You've got a box. I've cost basis marked right here and right here. So here's what I got for you. I've got, and listen, people will be looking for this break of downtrend, and they oftentimes miss the fact that you would need to break 2 standard deviation channels in order to actually create a new downtrend. And we would need to see some sort of mouth open up, usually on a quick jolt down. But what I see right here is a potential bounce at 425 or 424.63. You might even get into the 420s, but I think ultimately 425 is where you're going to want to bounce and head right back up. And that's where you're going to basically look for structure. You're going to have to do it on the lower time frame. You're going to have, yep, there you go. So right here now, I am still in plug equity, yes. So now, right, you've got 3 rejections. You've got a break of cost basis, 1, 2, 3. We use that. 3 is the magic number. 1, 2, 3 rejections off of the top, break of cost basis, break of support. Looks like you fell, excuse me, and you stopped right here. And as you can see, this was a previous support. So you're using this tiny area of consolidation, and I'm just going to borrow this right here. Using this tiny little baby area between 424.60 and 432 and some change. But ultimately, this is the bigger block in volume, and that's that 425.72. So I would say right now you are still yearning for a potential. And hold on, before I go any further, there is a bounce at 429.35 right in confluence. So watch out for some potential bounces here. And that's where you could potentially set in trend. So it might be a retest of all the way to 238, but ultimately I'd still be looking for a test down. So okay, so cost basis, all right, this is not my opinion. This is a fact, right? It is, yes, between support and resistance, but what it actually is, it is, so let's zoom in right here. You'll notice that once you find cost basis, and sometimes when you're in an area where, let's say, you've been chopping for a while, you'll open up new areas of control, or almost like cost bases in themselves. But in this area, we have our top end, we have our resistance right. Oops, shit. We have our resistance right here. We can see sellers controlling that 447.50 mark. We have buyers here. They're at 438. They support. And then we have cost basis. So you'll notice that sellers, right, when the stock falls underneath, there's lots of wicks coming off of that. Even right here at the end of the day, right, you close right up against that 443. First candle, open, hits that mark, stops. This candle breaks. Sellers try and pull it back down. Sellers try and pull it back down. They obviously can't. It bounces and it goes in the first place that it hits is resistance. Sellers immediately try to take control again. There's a battle here. You pop back up to resistance as buyers fight. Typically, this just means that sellers are exiting their position and they find a better average up at 447. You open up the next day. You open up at resistance. What do you? Those of you guys, I look like I'm glowing. Thank you. I'm pregnant. So the what we know, those of you in our Discord, you guys know that if we open up at resistance, right, you're going to reject. And because this was the 3rd time, you could have known or taken a position using cost basis, right? And cost basis is, again, 443.30. You could have taken a short at 443 at a candle close, set your stop loss close to 442, and taken that down for a new low. But cost basis is where, if basically buyers, if they push that price off of support above cost basis, that means you're going to go and hit resistance. You're going to, right? It's not my opinion. It's fact. It is what the market does. That is basically the tug of war line. If you cross it, you're going to the other side, right? And you go all the way. So that's resistance. You break cost basis here. You go to support. Obviously, you can see buyers try and hold that up. He needs one of those golden. You mean one of these? I'm glowing. All right. I got the perfect triggers for Tesla. So I know when Tesla, I know what triggers need to break for Tesla in order to continue moving to the upside. What did I miss? We wrote down Netflix. Disney. I feel like I did Disney, but no, I didn't. Disney, IWM. I'm making sure I'm writing all these down. Mic check. Okay. Yeah, never buy this microphone. It's the most trash microphone in the world. So trash. So IWM, I think I did all of those. Cool. Yeah, I know, no sound. All right, let's continue to chart. So let's see, what do I see next here? Adobe. I'm gonna write them down first. A, B, D, E. All right, let's take a look at Adobe. Oh wait, is it ADBE? That's right. Dyslexis ad. Oh shit. All right, let's go to the daily. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's almost like I don't make this shit up. It's almost like I actually build my own strategy. It's almost like this shit's for real. All right, so let's not get too fucking amped up here, but god damn, this shit makes me, every time I see a chart like this, I'm like, yep. All right, so I got it. So you did have a accumulation phase underneath here. Going into earnings, you ended up breaking cost basis, which, first of all, that was a sign in itself. But where do you think you projected? I have not touched this chart since before earnings. So here's what I can tell you right now. Because you pulled back and closed at 495, that must be held. If you lose it, you're going to go back down probably to 483, but most likely this 473.50. And that's where your Adobe is going to have to decide whether it wants to bounce or whether it's going to move all the way back down to 440 to find buyers. So right now it's probably going to try and find buyers. That's probably Adobe's mission. And from there, you want to break this 515 mark, and I'm not going to guarantee anything, but I can almost guarantee that you're going to move into this 550, 557 mark. This is a absolute, well, I wouldn't even say short right now. I would say that if anything on a lower time frame, Adobe is probably still well within an uptrend, right? It doesn't look like that uptrend's where, yeah, so it was a break of structure right there that we established our trend to the upside. We stick with our points of contact. We don't let this throw us off. That's earnings. Earnings is going to typically break that structure. On the lower time frame, it looks like we've got control and a Potter box here. That's 472.80. And the top is 484, excuse me, 480, yeah, 484.11. You've got a bounce here at 491.88. As you can see, you bounced pretty hard right there. So I think the goal, period, in a story is to stay out and above this linear regression line and out of this box. If you break back into this box, then I would expect for Adobe to likely give you a bounce off of this wick, which is 466.60. So I'm really into like using things until they're done, and like I feel really bad throwing this mic away. It was $300, but I do need a new microphone. I'm probably gonna buy one soon. A real, like a streaming mic, because I can't do this fucking plug shit anymore. It's fucking ridiculous. All right. Anyway, so do you trade off of channels or the Potter bot? Both. So again, my strategy and how I do things is built off of an observation of how the market trades. So I just have built a strategy around that. I don't trade Adobe, no. If it has a good setup, I'll trade it. If it punches down underneath like 479 or underneath 465, it could be good for a trade down into, like 430, like I was talking about. Yeah, you're right. I can sell it. I'm lazy. Selling shit. I should do better. Let's see. What the fuck did I just do? Where am I? Oh, there I am. I don't understand. I'm not sure what's happening. There we go. All right. So we got Adobe. Yeah, I did see you, Laura, ask about CCL. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that one. And I'll continue to move down your guys' requests. Remember, we're here for most of the day. So, Potter, how do you get your cost basis? Typically, I look for the 50% mark. Or if I have to, I'll move down to a lower time frame. And basically what I'm looking for is this. So remember the Potter box I just showed you? I don't have to do this anymore because that sounds really cocky. I do it when I need to, right? But I typically know where cost basis is at. Cost basis is right here, right? Candle open above just enough, and you go and you hit resistance. Candle open above, bounce below, open below, back to support, below. So it's not really a question right here. Open below, support. So yeah, typically the 50% mark. So. I don't do candlestick patterns. I just care about where the candlesticks close. I don't do candlestick patterns because candlestick patterns have a bias attached to them, and I don't trade with anything that gives me a bias. I try to trade with only price. No, I don't think so, God's child, but I wouldn't be asking me, dude. I'm good at making money trading, so I'm not a real estate junkie. All right, what is next? So that was CCL. That was what we were going to look at. So let's go to the daily. I know you said the short interest was high. I got a lot going on here. This is dead. It's no longer valid. I think I was teaching somebody something when I did this. Yes. Okay, second standard deviation. We're going to pop that up right there. Looks like it's getting awfully close. There's a 50% mark basically in between right here. This is almost like a cost basis within itself. That's 1645. Big bounce there. Candle close underneath. You hit support. Candle close underneath. You flush. So here's what you need to do. You need to make sure that CCL does not lose its 1528 support, or you are going to end up having to use this structure underneath you and try and bounce off of that. Cost basis, beautiful. ADT, I'll look at it. Are second deviations different on different time frames? They can be, yes, and they can be adjusted. Typically, they can be, yes. What's going on, Tori? Yeah, so anyway, let's just break this down. So what we have right now is just a stopping point. This is 1650. This is where you bounce. This is where basically you broke, candle opened underneath, you flush, etc., etc. So the goal here is to stay basically this little pocket, right? This pocket right in here. So you already have a cost basis basically within there. It looks like the candles closing are right at 1550. That's psychological. So we're going to call it a 1550 cost basis, which is still in line with support. So the way that I see this, and we'll take away our standard deviation channel here because it's really irrelevant. You just want to stay and accumulate. If you don't end up moving higher, if you lose this cost basis 1550, I would imagine that you're probably going to hit 1465, and then it's probably some oscillation in there. And then I would imagine you still have some more upside through the summer, and I'd be looking for CCL to go to $18. Standard deviation channels, basically it's a parallel channel. It's got a deviation in the middle, or some people call it linear regression. Basically it's a mathematical way to spot trend without using trend lines. Because when you draw a trend line, shit can get real. I mean, look, this thing has a trend indicator. Look at the fucking trends. And while, like, this is how crazy shit can get. Look at that. What does that do for you? It doesn't do a fucking thing. And while all of those things may have their own weight, or there may be something there, it doesn't show me the math. I need math. So the trend is trash. Hand-drawn trend is trash. This is mathematical trend. So I'm not just like pulling this out of my ass. I can pull it down. You can see that if I pull it down, I need to adjust it a little bit. There we go. So you can see if I pull it down right here, you know, we still get 3 wicks off of it, et cetera, et cetera. Points of contact are still here. We get deviation taps. So for sure. All right, let's see. I actually do think that ADT is in trouble. So a lot of people are switching security systems. I know Vinvent is like aggressively going after buying out ADT contracts. And I know that's true because I did it myself. But also Neighbors, you know, this is just research, but this is not technical analysis. But let's see what the technicals say. So the technicals are telling me right now that we have a small bit of structure underneath that block, and that floor ends up being your standard, or your your cost basis. Now, where are sellers? That's difficult to spot. So we're going to go ahead and call it. That's going to be at 1650. 1650 right there. And then you have a cost basis. That's going to be at, how do the kids do it? I don't know. I don't know how to do it. My son thinks that's hilarious. So you have a little bit of structure underneath you. You're using a previous floor as a cost basis. So I should change these actually from white to like something a little bit more passive, like green. So you have a cost basis right here. It's really funny how this is triggered. And this is why I tell you guys that the market is all mechanical. Remember, if you guys are hanging out with me, please tap your screen, trying to get the algorithm back on my side because I'd be talking too much. Oh, copyright claim was, yeah, probably because of the music. I'm going to do something. There we go. All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. All right. So this is really, really interesting. So right now you do have what I would assume is going to be a punchback. This punchback looks as if it's going to lead you past 650 and more or less into 675. So I'm going to actually bring this up a little bit. So right there, 675, 680. So that's my current price target, but I do think that you are correct in thinking that this is probably not a great chart. Yes, it has fallen. Yes, it did accomplish a higher time frame punchback, guys. That is a punchback. A new low is guaranteed every single time. So obviously anything above 735 would be really beneficial for ADT. But a rejection, if you're bearish right now, right? Because a lot of people are going to draw a bear flag right there. We're not going to do that. We're going to look at the potential for trend, right? And we know that sellers can control or buyers can control. Right now, it looks like buyers are in control. Yeah, it looks like buyers are very much in control. And so unless ADT gaps down starting next week, I would assume that they are going, let's see if I move my candle closure there. that would make a whole lot of sense. But I don't want to do that. So right now, yeah, I'm going to say 675, and that's it. It really, really is trash. It's a trash. It's trash. All right. So that was ADT. What the fuck is even that? All right, let's keep it moving, guys. I'm just going with the first thing that I see, Starbucks. RJ, I'll look at the cues here in a second. Starbucks. Looks like a nice little punch right there. 1, 2, 3. What happened on the lower time frame? Because obviously this isn't telling the full story. Just an accumulation breakout. So, all right. So you guys remember, you guys are asking me how do you find cost basis, or a lot of you will ask me, well, what if I see like multiple? I'm going to answer that question right now. So check it out. We have a wall of sellers. We have a wall of buyers. Buyers are here. Sellers are there. This is really simple. Because this stock accumulates and chops in this area time after time, it's developed multiple points, right? So here we have and this is the Darvis box actually uses this, right? 93.35. This is your 75% mark. Okay, so this is going to be like a mini cost basis. Basically, if you bounce off of this floor and you break this cost, this little mini 75% mark, you will move to your 50% mark. And this is exclusive to stocks that stay in that particular range. Once they break, it's over, right? So looking at Starbucks, and the first thing that I see is this itty bitty structure right there. And while it might seem like you want to add all of this, right, sellers control that price. So we want to see where that's at. I got a cost basis in here. I can see candles closing there. So you are at your 50% mark of the imbalance, typically where you'll see some sort of pullback or profit taking. So 50% of an imbalance or a gap being filled is where you'll see your first mark of resistance. So it may be that you go back and you retest all the way down to $100. It is possible. But anything above this 102.16, it is a pretty much straight shot up into that 103 mark. So I'd be looking for that. And then what happens here is you actually have it's almost like a multiple breakout mechanism, right? So you're going to have an area, a Potter box right here, buyers and sellers, cost basis is there. So here's how this could play out. And I'm sure that trend is applicable here. We'll take a look at that in a second. My phone's about to die, but I'm here for BLTR. All right, we'll see if we can fit that in. Taking a lot of requests, so trying to make sure I get everybody. Okay, so yeah, so here's how I think this goes. If you break above this and you get above cost basis at 104, that guarantees you a new high. That new high is likely past this 107.75 mark, but you're going to trigger another break at 106. So that should lead you all the fucking way up into this gap at 113.30. And I know that sounds heinous, but that's truthfully how I would expect that to go. And I'm going to assume, using points of contact, that there is some sort of trend. I can't see it yet, but I look for things like that. And ooh, do you know that you could do that? It's not cheating. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So let's pull that down. Too much. You're too much, Starbucks. So, points of contact. Can you guys see my cursor? Yeah, you can. Yeah, so you're actually at resistance. You're at your downtrend. So you can have both be true, right? Anything, I would say anything below $99 and this 98, you're going to trigger a punchback, and you're probably going to see a Starbucks make a new low at $93, right? And then again, to the upside, trigger 104.50. So you're kind of in between a rock and a hard spot. I'm sure there's intraday plays here in between this imbalance, but you definitely want to go and break this downtrend. So it's a good looking chart though. I mean, it's good looking as far as analysis. I don't know if I would trade it, but all right, Starbucks, PLTR. Make sure you guys are tapping your screen. I appreciate you. All right. So let's see. What do we see on PLTR? Let's go back out to the daily because I have a daily analysis on this one that's going to make a whole lot of sense. I haven't touched a single solitary thing, but as you can see, everything is still true. Okay, so here's what I got for PLTR. First of all, you stage break accumulation, massive. We got a nice solid break from there. Short interest has risen. Not really concerned with that, but you did go and hit one of my first price targets, which was $17. This is a tiny little itty bitty block that we were hoping to close above 16.85. That was it. That's all we need. But if you look and you zoom in and look for your cost basis is directly at the 50% mark at 16.75, and we closed underneath it. So that's pretty bearish, right? At least in terms of the short term. So that leaves us with this itty bitty structure here and its cost basis, which is going to be 14.95 directly underneath the psychological number. Actually 14.90, excuse me. So below 14.90 for PLTR, I would imagine that you're probably going to see a stiff pullback somewhere in the 13.50 range. Otherwise, if you can pull back off of cost basis and bounce off of 15.50, I would imagine you can get another shot, break that cost basis, and you will see a new high. My next price target for PLTR is $17.90, $18, followed by its cost basis at $18.80. I am drinking coffee right now. All right, what is next? QQQ was on the next one. Hold on, let me write this down. All right, so I got pretty straightforward analysis on the Qs here. Ignore all of this. I was teaching. So we're at the top, tippity top of our trend right here that we have, oops, it's a little bit off. There we go. So we're right around the very tippity top of our trend. We would expect for stocks to slow down. We're also right here. Okay, this is the 370 mark for the Qs. This is obviously where we see most of our rejections in that bear market, where we saw those big lows. That's where those rejections came off of. We saw 2 rejections off of 370, ultimately leading into us breaking to the downside. So here's what I say. Looking at the Qs right now, there's going to be a cost basis as well, and we're going to bring that down. The cost basis is 365. So right now, the goal for the Qs is to either A, open up above 370, or B, bounce off of 365 and build from there. Yeah, for sure. So far, really quick, so far the stocks that we've done today are CVX, IBM, WB, Gold, AMD, Coin, Game, BSRR, Amazon, Big, ABT, MU, Bank of America, Tesla, QTRK, BA, FedEx, Netflix, Disney, IWM, Adobe, CCL, ADT, Starbucks, PLTR, and QQQ. So, sheesh. All right, let's keep going. All right, so we got 365.38. This is a good mental workout here for me. 365, excuse me. Yeah, so 365, hold on to that. Your next price target to the upside is a no-brainer. And mark my words, if we do break back up, it's going to be around a 380. So if we are going to break to 380, I'm going to be honest with you guys. We need to do this Look, our biggest moves have come out of our longest sideways action. Sideways break, right? Sideways punch back break. So we need to probably move back, and we have not broken out of 370, which is good. That means that we can break down and move all the way. Ooh, shit. We can move all the way back down into this mark. So we'll just leave that alone. So you can see the Qs break 365 and bounce 360. So 365 and 360 are going to be your top end marks. If those are lost, then you're going to need to hold 357 or this little block underneath you, or you can start playing it to the downside upon punchbacks. The punchback here is 351.33. Damn near covered the entire market. So yeah, I honestly, this seems like really straightforward analysis to me. Just stay here, right? Do this shit. The longer you do that, even if you see a little dip, and I would prefer that you do, bounce, trigger a punchback, 380, right? So I'm going to leave that there. I think that might be interesting. Look at this short interest, by the way. Short interest spike. Short interest spike. So either sellers got to mean business now and drive us down. And honestly, I mean, if they, yeah, I would prefer to build structure here first. So I think this is pretty sweet. QQQs. Coco, what are you doing? Someone's over there grunting. All right, so let's go look at Dish. You've been asking for Dish here from, oh, hey, look at that. Already, thank you, past me. Once again. Oh, shit. Not looking so good, Dish. Yeah, I would imagine that's a fucking easy short. I don't know why. Maybe not. Don't take my word for it. But, so I see a punchback. I see a punchback and I see a new low. So watch for Dish to potentially go make a new low this coming week. You've got so you went and broke your structure, and this is what I was talking about. Typically on a downside move, you're going to go and you're going to pop above, and then you're going to pop back in. So you popped above, you pop back in. Watch for a new low. I'm gonna probably have to go to the weekly to find. No, I'm gonna have to go to the fucking monthly. Oh shit, dude. Yeah, this is so. It looks like nobody's coming in. Wow, that's fucking nuts. I mean, they could be due for some sort of squeeze back up to like 1060, but as of right now, I'm gonna say $5 flat on this one. This is pretty bearish to me. I would have to have some sort of fundamental case on why I was bullish on this, I think. All right, so let's go X. That was your target. Awesome, cool. All right, so let's go down to the weekly. Oh lordy. Well, the good thing is my strategy can apply here. Looks like I was already trying to do something there, but I gave up, rightfully so. Trading steel is like, gotta have steel ones. We're gonna get rid of this because I want to start fresh. Just wanted to see trend. Okay, so this is where things are going to get sultry. All right, so we've got sellers contained here. That's our cost base. Ooh, baby, baby, baby. Look at that. Flow right there. Dude, so this is where shit gets into like tinfoil hat, red string everywhere. Like shit can get wild. But this actually looks like a potential upside play. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that. Do you know where this rejected? Do you know where the X rejected? That's cost basis, baby. That's cost basis. Open above, resistance. Open below, support. Support. Bounce. Bounce. Breakdown. bounce and then breakdown, bounce and then breakdown. That's cost basis, baby. So yeah, I would say right now your goal is to get above 2450 with a immediate target of 25. And this is really interesting because what you have is you have stacked boxes, right? Because there's also a structure and a box here. And its support, look, its support right there is this cost basis here. That our resistance is its cost basis there. Because this is so heavily institutionally controlled, you're going to find a lot of these real, and this is where analysis can get really, really crazy, but it's accurate. So I would say right now, above 2550, straight shot 2560, break 2560, you're going straight back up to 2785, no problem. And then from there, honestly, this thing seems to like to gravitate towards its cost basis. So I would assume that you're going to go and move here, which pretty much seems in line. Yeah, $29. Yeah, it could be a fun smart account add-on. I'm going to write that down. I'll put a little star next to it. Maybe that they do have cheap options with long expirations. Could be something interesting. Now, obviously to the downside, if you're trying to play this long, watch for a bounce right here. Do you see how you open up right there and you continue moving to the upside? So yeah, this is another box below you. So I think this one's relatively simple. Now, in between the space between two boxes, you're going to have another, you can typically look for a 50% mark there. That's looks like $20 flat. Stay above 20. If you break down below 20, you're probably going to go back down to 21.75. If you do that, you can bounce. If you bounce back up, you're going to trigger. It's going to be multiple triggers, but it's highly structured, so looks pretty good. All right, I'll do AMD really quick, but I'm going to run over the analysis basically that I've given before. So basically you went up. This is a Potter box above you. This was what you needed to go and break. You rejected it really, really hard. And you have now since slammed back into this lower time or this higher time frame box as well. And you're at basically like a lower time frame cost basis, right? And you're almost below it. It's right at 119. So I think the goal next week would be to open back up above 121. Otherwise, I think you're about to break down below 116.65 and actually move down to 112, which is actually cost basis in this box. So to me, this looks like one of these. We're gonna dump, and then we're gonna bounce, and then you're gonna try and reclaim this structure. And then you're going to try and squeeze back up and make a new high. And it's probably going to be like something like that. And people are going to try and short it. And then they're going to squeeze it back up to 145. Now, if you break cost basis, everything I said is untrue. And you're going to go move back down to 101.65 and probably go make a low. I would assume $95. So. All right. I wrote it ×2. USB, all right, highly structured. If you are on live, I posted in the Discord, we're doing just for the people who are on live, nobody else. You can DM me on Discord for the lifetime or the yearly 30% discount. That's it. And I'm not going to say another word. All right. So this is extremely well structured. You've got incredible structure above and below. And what you've actually developed structure within this mark, right? So you've got this. Cost basis is 32.77. You've broken it. So I honestly don't see any reason why you shouldn't find yourself up to 34.50. Yeah, it could be a cheap lotto call. 35.34 is my next price target for USB. 35, or excuse me, 34.50 and 35.50 basically. So within $1 of each other. Um, Good. Good. All right. Meta. So we developed this plan on Meta. I think you guys heard me talk about this, and Meta seems to be trying to hold a divergence. But this one actually did successfully break its cost basis and did close a candle above it. The only thing I found slightly alarming is that because it is the weekly and there's this mark of 280, as you can see right here, tons of candle closing underneath it. Oh, that rain smells good. Tons of candles underneath it. That's 280. It's a psychological number. So that's just what has to be broken. And once that's broken, I see no other target than 294 and a potential tap of $300. But there's a gap, and that gap is more than likely going to get filled if it hasn't already been filled. Yeah, that gap is all the way at 3. Yeah, so look, this is actually cost basis. That gap is cost basis. So yeah, I would be looking for a gap fill, 320. Good. Good. You guys are doing good. A lot of you are really catching on fast to the strategy. So perfect. Okay. How long do I estimate? I would assume that getting through this week is going to be a priority, but when it happens, I think it happens fast because I do see this is a rip, and I mean, you go and look at any major rip, and there's some sort of fucking crazy price action that happens in between, right? So big rip, pop, and so we've had an astounding rip. So honestly, my hands are off on this shit. I'm not touching it until I get a suitable trigger. You know, if it loses 265, then I'm going to safely assume 245. But it may be that you're going to start building, you know, into this box, and that's where you need to start looking for clues on the 4 hour and such. So this may seem a little bit off kilter, but I might not even have the probability of doing it here. Yeah, so I'm not actually going to be able to do it here, but it's some sort of development of downtrend, right? So that would be looking at the lower time frame here, building out your boxes. And if you broke down below 372.80, then yeah, you're going to probably move really quickly all the way down to this 258. Ooh, that was my stomach. There is a cost basis within a Potter box. That's what makes it a Potter box, is how we trade it. So like with this area of consolidation, the 50% mark, again, nobody talks about this, guys. This is my strategy. I built it. So if you ever hear anybody talk about fucking cost basis, which if they're giving me or letting people know that they learn from me, then fucking go for it. But you know, then you would know that they're fucking using my shit. So but yeah, it's exclusive to my strat. So, you know, basically it tells you whether buyers or sellers like the price. And it also guarantees certain mechanical movements within the market based on liquidity insertions. So. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Tesla. Everybody seems to want to look at this one. You guys know I got you on this one. So weekly time frame, just to get you guys recapped, because again, we're still in. We did close above 255. Okay, that was goal number one. Number two was to go and fill this gap. That gap has basically been filled, right? I mean, if you really, I mean, let's go. So yeah, maybe just a fraction, basically 265, 266. So here's the deal. If we want Tesla to continue moving to the upside, it is really simple. We need to hold on to and get above 267 and we need to move to 288.50, right? So my thoughts are right now is if Tesla, whether it pulls back or builds or whatever, I think that Tesla needs some sort of catalyst to drive us into the 280s and then we go sideways. That's what I would prefer, right? Is some sort of bullshit chop, maybe fuck it, maybe a dip and then a rip back up. And so what I'm looking for is if we break 288 and 290, I'm not looking at 300. I'm looking way up, 330. I might even actually my price target is 335. So still looking at something like this. Again, how it plays out doesn't really matter to me. We'll play it either way, but I do expect for Tesla to possibly. I mean, you say slow down, but again, this is why we trade the price, because you look at NVIDIA and there's no fucking thing as slow down. Fuck, you even ripped last week. So, yeah. Do you have a favorite stock to trade, or do you? Tesla is my favorite. Tesla is my favorite. Can you check the DM I sent on what? I will. There's like 10 DMs here, guys. So let me sift through those in just a second, okay? Yeah, I don't know which ones are related to what, so I'll go look. Why do I like Tesla so much? Because Tesla has been a lagging, while most people ran for NVIDIA and stuff like that, Tesla lagged. And so I figured that it was going to follow suit. Price action wise, it's really predictable. Structure wise, it's easy for me to trade this type of accumulation, right? So Tesla will show me very, very clean floors, very, very clean cost basis. It allows me to enter and exit out of trades without really doubting my analysis. So I like Tesla for that reason. I mean, I believe that we did day trade. Yeah, we did day trade this little intraday flag right there, right? And we had cost basis right here. And so it makes these things really, really easy while a lot of other people are waiting for a break above things like 228.50, which is valid. We're getting in early, and so if it was to reject and pull back, we're able to hold on. You just got into Tesla? Yeah, so right now for Tesla, here's the deal. We need to stay above 257.95. It's actually, yeah, it's 258. We're going to call it 258. As someone who wants to start computer to start with, I'm thinking you might need to restart everything. Just go lie back down and then open your eyes and do that over again. You don't need any specific computer, a laptop, an iPad, something that you need to have the ability to have a brokerage online, not through your fucking phone. I'm gonna be straight honest with you. So anything will do, as long as it can connect to the internet and has good, upload speed. So I'm just messing with you, man. I'd be typing stupid. Yeah. You're all good. All right. So what's next, guys? Let me finish with Tesla. Pretty simple for me. We need to stay above 257. If we don't, we're probably going to go and pull back. I have pullback levels to like 237. This structure, right? This little box right here at 243. All of this is basically going to give us clues on whether or not we're going to go to the downside or not. So if we end up moving below 245 and 246.75, then you know that we're going to go ahead and probably go and fill this imbalance. And I'd be looking for a bounce off of 230. So, again, right now we're coming off of a really strong rip. We are building right now. You can see the daily floor is 253. So I would just simply love to see a gap up tomorrow. It would be awesome. So. All right, so let's keep it moving. DraftKings. You got to put the ticker name too, by the way. DKNG. Yeah, that's it. Donkey Kong. don't like that. I don't like that either. I think sellers control this price because there's a seller's uptrend. Okay, that looks good. And there's probably what we could, so we could take this and we can slice it in half and we can drag it down. Beautiful. Okay, now we can take this, find our floor, find our cost basis, which is 24.21, and we are technically punching back in. So DraftKings looks pretty bearish to me. And so this is your job. Your job is to find, okay, well, if it breaks down, where does it go? Because it's going to have to find buyers. You can't bounce off of nothing. So you need to find and locate where buyers are at. And so I see 2140 and 2115. 2140 is going to be cost basis within this area of consolidation. So my thoughts are, looking at this chart, is below 2415, you should see a drop down to A, 2250, and then B, 2150. It took me about I would say 2.5, 3 years to hit full stride. A year and a half, I started to see the light, and then 2 years, I started to be able to pull money out, and then full 2.5, 3 years in, I was able to consistently start planning my income, based off of this. So. No problem. It's honestly a good looking. It's a good chart. I mean, I honestly wouldn't mind that DKNG looks like a short to me, but. Thank you for sharing the live. Bro got off Tesla, got a Tesla off of Meta. Dude, if I call it Tesla, I don't even know. Is this the all-day chart-a-thon? Yeah, we're doing it all damn day, dude. All day. All right, so for those of you guys who are still in Pfizer, everything is still going as planned. If that plan is to have a lot of stress, no, just kidding. It's been okay. Obviously, we're up. We're pretty much in the money, and we're looking for a reprieve from Pfizer right now. Pfizer has established that it is not willing to let, and we're just leaving this trend alone. We're going to focus on the price. So right in here, seems like that is where our floor is, and it's shared with this funny cost basis in there. So we've got this next mark right here. As you can see, stock holds up above it, resistance. So I think this is pretty straightforward, right? We need, and here, I'll draw this below as well. So ultimately, I swear to God, one more time. There we go. Ultimately, right, you need to stay above 39.27, okay? If we break down below 38.79, that's a no-no, okay? So that would be my main focus. And then getting above, I think it's pretty simple, get above this 40.40. Yeah, Pfizer's pretty simple, guys. Just let it come to you. And again, above 41.13, we're off. We're gonna be at, and we're in the money, so we're okay. Did you build up a year's worth of money? Eastern Front. So the way that I did this is I had a knack for taking like $200 and flipping it to like 10K. And then I would blow it time and time again. I would just blow the account. And I did that until I had about $80,000 in unrealized gains. And I had this epiphany. I quit, right? I ended up like stopping. I stopped trading. I was legitimately depressed. I had a lot of other things in my life going wrong, and it was just rough. But I had this epiphany, and I was like, how do I stop myself from letting the market take my money? And I remember, I think I was in the shower, and I was like, what if I just take my money? Like what if I take the 10K out? When I hit that 10K, what if I pull it out or put it back into SPY and then start with 200 again? It seemed really, really simple, but I was trying to grow my capital. But what it is that, I think what I realized is that I was still going to go through a whole bunch of shit. And so I had to keep that capital safe until I learned how to manage it. Am I small accounting this week? Yes, I am. As soon as the money comes in. So, or the money's real, I guess. All right. Sorry, I was answering a DM there. All right. So Pfizer looks pretty good. I like that a lot. What are we doing next? We've got Labu. Sounds like a body part. That was an invasive thought. I'm sorry. I let that one out. I can't. I try. It was impulsive. Because I feel like it is kind of close to, I think there is yeah, maybe I should shut up. How much typically do I put in my trades? Close to 8,000, 7,000. Depends on the trade. But like for Carvana, I put in roughly about 3,200, and then for Tesla, I started with $2,200. Or excuse me, it was close to like. Yeah, $2,800, and then I quickly turned that into like 1,400. Then that turned to 28, and then I was inserting more, so I ended up pulling around 56 out of that. So I did X already, Johnny. If you want, will be uploaded, so you can. Oh my God, Turd Ferguson. Oh my God. Oh, this is why I have a slim amount of female followers. It's funny, there's majority females in my house. My daughter, all my cats are female. My dog is female. It's just me and my son and one cat. All right, so let's do this analysis here. So you had, so remember what I said earlier? Do you guys remember? I Labu you. No, you're fine. I'm gonna put. I'm gonna upload this in a little bit. So, but I'll try and brush back over it if we close out soon. Okay, so here, remember I said that if you chop in a specific area, you're gonna open up new points of control. Here it is. You've got a 75% mark there. You've got a 75% mark there. And you shake it all about. So right now we've got a rejection off of that 75% mark. You're losing cost basis. So you're probably going to end up dumping down to 672. If that is lost, then I can only assume that you're going to continue accumulating here. So the goal is to stay out of that $7 mark and bounce back up and try and go and hit your resistance at $8. But right now, this looks like absolute dog shit and needs some sort of catalyst, I'm sure, to boost it up. Yeah, they're getting wrecked. Wrecked. There was trend there, but they huh. Interesting. Pfizer will lose. Aw. Yeah, I know. Yeah, astronautical, exactly. And so what you just did, dude, like you have to be real with yourself and be like, okay, I know that I have more to learn. I also know the market's probably going to shift gears, so let me go ahead and like pull that money out. If I'm that good, then I should be able to do it again, right? And eventually you'll move on and you won't be able to do it again because trying to turn 500 into a 10 grand after you've turned 20 into, 80, it's a different step. So I did Labu. How far will I buy out on what? How far do? Oh, I mean, we'll go out as far as whatever the chart tells us. So weekly, daily, we'll be out 3 or 4 months. Hourly, we'll be in next week's 2 weeks out. So, yeah. So the chart tells us how what the expiration is going to be. All right, let's look at plug. Oh shit, where did I just? Oh, my bad, astronautical. I sent that to you. All right, so here's what I got for plug. And again, my analysis stays fucking strong. Why? Because I didn't make this shit up. Sorry, I get excited when I see this shit playing out, even though it's not really playing out how we want it to. And we did go hit a major target of $12. It's still playing out, and it lets me know that my analysis and the way that I trade is accurate, and it's repeatable, and it's real, and it's not a fucking moving average. It's something that I can repeat and look for time and time again. So what do we have right there? That is a cost basis, my friends. You guys know this very well if you trade with me. Cost basis is where buyers and sellers decide whether they like the price. So right now, buyers are telling you they don't like the price at 11.20. They like the price at 10.50. But they're going to get exhausted. Eventually, you're going to run out, and you can't keep buying there if sellers keep pushing you down. If sellers keep pushing you down and you lose that 1050 floor, you have an easy bounce at 977. Okay, you might get $10 out of that. But 977, $10, and that's where I would be looking for a candle open above 1125. A candle open above 1125. Right now, you're probably going to open up at 1050. So you're looking for an immediate bounce and break of 1125. If that cost basis is broken, my next target on plug is 1250. Rainus, thank you, man. Keep asking questions. I'll give you guys something good today. SVRA. Okay. But what platform do you look at the ADHD there? What platform do you recommend for trading? A good solid 2x4 if it's Pokemon cards or just a table is fine. If it's like rocks or like rare minerals, probably something that's going to catch the dust. If you're looking for a trading brokerage, I'd look at like TD Ameritrade, which is the same thing. TradeStation, Tasty Trade or Tasty Works, Interactive Brokers. Those are good ones. Sorry, I'm going off the rails. I've been on live too long. I can't. Words! They're escaping me. All right, let's keep going, guys. So there's plug for you. This is pretty fucking straightforward analysis, guys. It's literally there. I can't wait until I'm in like a room of people who are like almost cultish about this, I don't have to keep convincing people. It works. It's real. All right. Order a smoothie. Actually, sounds really good. I should order a smoothie. Let's see here. Uber Eats. What do we got? We got Zunzi's. We got sushi. We got Maple Street Biscuit Company. We got donuts. Five Guys. No smoothies. Pardon my cheesesteak. That sounds mildly inappropriate. Yeah, nope. No lunch for me. All right. Anyway. Oh, yeah, I should check DoorDash. All right, so what are we doing now? What do we got? One at a time, please. I did do MU already. Can we bring our own chairs? Yeah, for sure. I see. I need ticker names. DoorDash. Are you oh wait, you're telling me DoorDash. Yeah, that's right. Lyft. Cool. Cool. Oh my god. I haven't touched this chart in ages. Ages. But look at this shit, family. Bam. Cost basis. Bam. Cost basis. Pow. Support. Resistance, excuse me. Oh, yeah. So there's a box and a box on a box. Here's some boxes for you there. Come here. And because this has been chopping in a range for... Come here. Thank you. I'm talking to charts now, guys. I'm losing it. All right, so that's 1013. That's cost basis. Break below that, and you're guaranteed a new low. That new low is probably going to come at... Let's see. I'm going to say 895. But more than likely, you might actually go make a real new low. It does seem like there is some form of control here. So you might be looking at a lift underneath $10 to shimmy on down there. I was born in a cult. Listen, dude, I have tried, like, legitimately been recruited by multiple cults. I don't know why, but they just come after me. The 12 tribes wanted me real bad. I was a minimalist that was good at construction. That's all they give a shit about. Charisma, maybe. Yeah, Call of Duty clown. Yeah, that counts. I also worked for a company in Oregon that had like a heal by faith or faith by healing or healing by faith. I don't know. One of the two. And they didn't do medicine. They let people die, and people ended up going to, it was wild. They slashed my tires. Must be my pretty mouth. You know it, big boy. All right, what are we doing now? Lyft. That's they're gonna need a lift out of bankruptcy. Hey, is that defamation? I don't know. Did I do Mara? No, I didn't. I'm just fucking hopping around, guys. We've. Oh my god. Sheesh! What the fuck is that? Who did this? Oh my god, dude. What? If you open up in between two ranges, what do? We chop. What the fuck? So whatever move happens, oh my god. Guys, look. You ready? You ready? You ready? You ready? Cost basis. Oh my god. Okay, so now we're gonna calm down. You're not that good. You're not that good. Humble yourself. Oh my god. What the fuck? Yo, that might fucking, I don't know what that's gonna do, but it's gonna do something. That's not analysis, but you feel me there. Wow. That's fucking crazy. So let me tell you this. If Bitcoin rips, I don't know what's happening with Mara, but you squeeze out of this, gone. You're gone. You're gone. And I'm going to go ahead and give you a price target of $14.50. Yeah. I'm loading the bot. Oh, shit. Yeah, wait for crypto to run, and then it's going to die. No, just kidding. I don't know. It's got sort of a nice base right here. Perfect. Look at that. Oh my God, that chart's sick. I might have to watch that one over the next couple of days. I need a highlighter. Blast off, dude. Blast off. Yeah, when you form that base right there, and then you get a nice trend, usually you're just gonna take right off. So that looks perfect to me. What happens when you have so many great setups you don't know which one you want? You just gotta pick, man. All my hard work paid off. To the moon we go. Can you draw that on Riot for me? So you want me to draw what I drew on Riot on your body? Sir, that's inappropriate. And I have to ask you to leave. It's gonna explode. Especially with this back and forth action, it's gonna go. All my hard on, you're done. What the fuck? Y'all need autocorrect ASAP. What are you saying? I teach what I trade, which is the Potterbox strategy, which is a strategy that I invented myself. So I don't teach you shit that you can go find out there for free. If I did, I would be an enabler. Uh-oh. Power company is heading my way. All right, let's go. What is next? Yeah, no, trend trading, dude. We just executed this fucking trade May 18th, right there. We took May 18th, we took calls and we rolled them out when they got to 205. We rolled them out at 215. We took profits around 230, and then we took the rest of the profits, not the rest of the profits, another chunk of profits at 234. And of course, we saw people absolutely flip their account from like 500 or 5,000 to like 20,000. So we're trend traders. All right. Let's get some more requests. More requests. What do we want to look at? What do we want to chart? TU? Telus Corpor. Ooh, shit. You got to go. Yep. Look at that. It's a nice box. Buyers hold that up. They like that better. They like that better. So let's give them their floor. Let's give them the respect. All right. Seems like my mind's slowly unraveling. Apparently, I've never been on TV before. We got a box over here. Structured floor. The floor is right there. Interesting. Yes. Major accumulation. So this thing's got a potential to fire, dude. Dude, I sound like a... Oh, yeah. 2050. Ooh. Okay, so oh my god, dude. Yo, Zin said, wait, are you zitting out? Yes, guys, I have problems, okay? We all deal with things. I have stress. I do two things. I lose my hair and I put this in my mouth. So, if you got a problem with that, do something. No, man, I stepped down from tobacco, man. I had to, dude, bro. The hold that tobacco's had on me for the last 10 years, I can't do it again. I can't do it again. I just keep stuffing these in my mouth. Smoke a Bolski. You guys do not want me to be high on here and charting. I promise that. I'm going to be... I might have some good analysis, but you don't want me to do that. I might get banned. All right. So anyway, let's get back to the excitement on TU. Good box. Good box. All right. So here's what I got for you. You are bouncing off of this floor. This is $19. You're now floating in space. Welcome. And you've got 1950 to deal with. It seems like you're dealing with that just fine. You've engulfed the bottom two candles. So right now your target is 1980. 1980 is where you need to break. You need to do that. If you do that, you can use that. So listen, the Potter box doesn't just tell you where things are going to go. I would pay money to chart high. How much? How much money? So I'll do it right now. I'm just kidding. Put that decimal back behind the zero. Maybe. From each one of you. It might be the end of my career, dude. All right, so let's take a look at this, right? We got 1950, we got the 1980 mark. We want to power up, we want to build on top of that, close the candle. You can use that as an entry. The Potter box offers entries. It does not confirm that this trade's going to go. But if you do make it back up, the first target is 2050. 2050 break, and I would be looking for this. I honestly, at this point, because you did make a low, you did make a lower low this time, I would be looking for TU to actually climb back up, and I would place a price target on this right here, and that'd be 2270. So this either goes one of two ways. You either A, bounce here, reject, fall, right? You bounce up, you reject here, and you fall, right? I'm kind of being biased, but hear me out. Stop. So sticky. Stop. Like, let me go. I don't want to do analysis anymore. Okay. And then we've got the third possibility, right? You build and break. You break cost basis, new high. Now, honestly, I'd be expecting more than that, right? Possibly up here to fill this itty bitty gap at 2380. There you go. All right. Yeah, I'm moving down the list. Now, let's go ahead and throw some trend on there. If there is any. There was trend, and it started here. And then it went here. Nope. Where's it at? It's there. Hot diggity motherfucking damn. So, oh my God, look at that. Look at it. Look at that confluence. I live for that shit. I absolutely live for this setup right here. If I find confluence, right, because I'm looking at this structure right here, my family's probably worried about me. That's all right. They need a little more stress in their lives. They're living too cushy right now. All right. They need turmoil. That is a confluence. Super duper confluence right there. Cost basis, downtrend. That's where I would be aiming. Sorry, I kind of lost my shit right there, but that's a good ass fucking chart. A confluence. I am so glad you asked. That comes off. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Now I can put the mic in my mouth. All right, so a confluence is basically where two major points, data points, intersect, right? It's really just a fancy name, ASMR time. 2265, right? This is a cost basis, right? Cost basis is where buyers and sellers to determine whether they like the price. It's also where we find resistance a lot of the time. So if confluence is a major rejection zone, or excuse me, if cost basis is a major rejection zone, and we see a 2260 cost basis, and then it slices into downtrend, and we have plenty of time to get there, then that's the kind of setup, right? Or that's where my price target is. So if I was to take this trade, folks, and I'll put a star by this because this is, again, another solid setup because it's clear structure, even if you're wrong. So say you take the trade at $19 or $20. You take the trade there, it goes up and it rejects 2050. Your stop loss is your entry, 0 loss, right? Or maybe you lose a little on theta if you're a dummy and you grab something shorter expiration. But if you break cost basis, that's going to fucking run, folks. 2260 would be my first price target. Gang. All right, what's next? What is next? If I don't get another Tigger, I'm going to start doing ASMR. All right, Riot. Ugh. Why you look like that? Ew. Oh no, you got to fall. You're about to fall right here. You're about to fall to 8. Oh my God, that's tasty. That's tasty barrels right there. Okay, so we're gonna drop that down, and we're gonna slap a cost basis in there just for fun, and we're gonna slap our resistance there. This is a clean ass chart, guys. This is a clean ass chart. Oh my God. It's clean just because there's structure, and if there's structure, there's stop losses, there's entries, there's exits. This is money. So bottom, cost basis adjustment. All right, so here's my analysis for L Riot. Okay, so right now you tried to close back up on 1055, but you closed at 1055. No bueno. So it is possible that you end up dipping back down. That dip back down is likely going to take you to this cost basis. That's 875. Watch for a bounce there. If you get your bounce, watch for a punch back. That's where you can use that 1055 to get back into that trade. You can get in. If it breaks 1134, I'm long. Excuse me. I'm long, and I'm looking for, honestly, you do have a resistance here at 13, basically 1095. And then from there, I would be aiming at 1737. Nothing more, nothing less. Well, hold on. $15.50. How do you simply find cost basis? Well, let me say this. Sometimes it's hard and sometimes it's easy. And if you don't want it to be, if you don't want to put a lot of work into it, then don't trade shit that you can't find. But it's typically always around the 50% mark. The more that it stays in that range, the longer it's going to, or the more points of control it's going to form. It's going, what's up, Busy? Let's go Microsoft. So once you find an area of consolidation, like right here on Microsoft, right? Typically, you're going to automatically gravitate towards the 50% mark, right? From there, you want to look and see what price action's doing, right? That's where you're going to secure, and obviously to make sure your box is lit. But right here, look, pay attention. This is how stocks work, right? And because this is a big stock that did chop into range, you actually do have a 75% mark because you did stay in this range for an extended amount of time. But it doesn't really matter because you can use a lower time frame to chop that up. Here's the deal. Right here, you have sellers, you have buyers, you also have cost basis. Cost basis is 330.50 on, no. in an area of consolidation where you can find buyers and sellers, cost basis is at the 50% mark. Okay? So what you're looking for is if a candle closes above, that means it's going to resistance. If a candle closes below, that means it's going to support. It's that simple. Don't overthink it. That's it. That's all I have. That's it. Can I zoom out a little? No. So we can see that when candles show us that type of respect, that's what we're looking for. So as soon as a candle closes below cost basis, if you're a day swing trader or a fucking a scalper, you could trade it down. If you're a bounce trader, you could be looking for the bounce. Obviously on the first bounce, you're not going to catch it. Second bounce, you can't. Labu kind of looked like shit, man. To be honest with you. Yeah, it's breaking down below cost basis, so it needs to bounce off of 650. Microsoft was what I was just looking at. I looked at Riot, though. I charted all this. It doesn't seem like that much, but it is. We'll do Verizon next. VZ next. I'll write down a couple. Let's see. Verizon, INTC, QNT, fuck, we gotta start a new page. WBA, PayPal. Wait, did I do PayPal? No, I didn't. I think I did. Shop. Oh my god, it is Sound? What is Sound? Is that a ticker? Space. Holy shit. Alright, it is a ticker apparently. SON. Okay. A shop. I got that one. AI. I got some analysis on that one for you. I have done Adobe, yes, and I it's posted on YouTube. CVNA. AT&T. I've done AMD, Snow. I'm trying to make sure that I get all new tickers. I'm going to do AYX. I've done Coin. I've done NVIDIA. I haven't done Upstart. I don't think I have. Whew. I might take a little break here in a second, and then we'll keep going. Yeah, I said I wasn't going to mention it again, but if you missed it, if you're on this live, I have a discount for yearly and lifetime, but it's only for these people, and that's it. And I'm trying not to. That's not what I'm here for. We're just doing a chart-a-thon. But okay, so let's see. I'm with Potter. Can't join. Sorry. You can't what? Oracle. All right, we'll write Oracle down. All right, guys, here, really quickly, if you guys don't mind tapping your screen while I do this. So the charts that we've done, okay, we've done CVX, IBM, WBD, Gold, AMD 2 times, Coin, GameStop, BSRR, Amazon, Big, ABT, MU, Bank of America, Tesla, 3 times, QTRK, BA, which has a star by it, Netflix, Disney, IWM, ABDE, Adobe, yes, and CCL, ADT, Starbucks, PLTR, QQQ, Dish, X, USB, DKNG, Pfizer, Plug, Lyft, Mara, TU, Riot, Microsoft, and we're about to do Verizon, INTC, QNT, WBA, U, PayPal, Shop, Space, Sound, IA, or AI, excuse me, IA, what the fuck? Wow, dyslexia. CVA, AT&T, Snow, AWIT, XY, Upstart, and Oracle. I did do FedEx, right? Did I say that? I definitely did FedEx. I don't see it though. Oh, I see it. There it is. All right. All right. So let's go ahead. Thank you guys for tapping your screen. All right. So the next one we got is VZ. Did I even do analysis on Microsoft? No, I didn't. Yeah. So you asked me what cost basis this was, and I lost my mind. So 335.37. So right now you are technically pulling back into the box. So underneath 338.50 and especially 335, I would be looking for Microsoft to pull honestly back into the box and start chopping, potentially going sideways. So it would be a goal to gap back up above 345. I think that's pretty simple. Daily looks rough, obviously on a lower, I think on the lower time frame. I also have, I have this channel right here. So the best I can tell you is stay above 338, stay above 339, excuse me, bounce off of that, and you need to build. So, but that's the best I can offer you right there. Does it cross up and down a few times? What? All right, let's go ahead and look at Verizon. Oops, what the fuck did I just do? Verizon. Oh, no, can I? Verizon. Let's look at the daily. Now I'm getting hungry. So there is, I don't think this trend is really even worth it, right? It's there, but I don't think it's worth like looking at it as analysis that needs to be like, oh, if Verizon breaks here, but it is important to know where you're at in your downtrend. So right here, you've got this floor, and this is going to be the box above you. And then you've got your resistance. This is 39. You said in January. A little perspective on what happened, if you'd be so kind. Okay, so what happened in January? April, July, January. What happened in January? So let's see if I can break this down for you. Okay, I can break this down for you. So you had structure above, right here, and right here, and you had a cost basis right there. It's kind of a yucky cost basis, but it's coming off of that tab. Okay, so you build on top of it. Cost basis there. Interesting. And then you've got structure underneath you. Don't usually get requests for recaps on what happened, but it's kind of fun to do. So it looks like Verizon made a high, right? Developed its structure, lost that structure, came back down, and retested this, right? So this is a large area of consolidation, and you know what the fuck it bounced off of. Why? Because that's just how shit goes. If you want lifetime or anything like that yearly, you have to DM me. I have to know who you are. I don't want to be working with people who are strangers or looking for signals. I want to make sure it's a mutual beneficial thing. I want you to make money. If you don't make money, then it doesn't work. So, all right. So anyway, back to Verizon. So again, I don't make this shit up. It's fucking mechanical. You bounce off a cost basis. If you hadn't have bounced, you would have done this and you would have fallen. That's exactly how that goes. And you did, in fact, go make a new low. Very tiny, but you did. So here's what happened. You ended up building that structure, retesting cost basis, and that sent you back up. I think that squeezed, you actually had high short volume. I think that squeezed people out on earnings. So earnings ended up running you back up. You hit resistance, but you never fully closed a bullish candle above cost basis. It was always a fight. So in between the ranges of 41.86 and cost basis of 41.75, nothing was accomplished. So you rejected. That's what drove you back down into this structure, and you have cost basis right here, right? So the same thing. You bounce, you try to recover, buyers aren't willing, they drive that price down, and that's a punchback. So you go and you make a new low. But instead of just making a new low, that, right? So this is how the market is mechanical, right? If you break this cost basis, it's going to lead you to a new low. That was your previous low. So you're going to go and break cost basis. So when you're looking for a short, you need to regard what type of structure you're running into and how what is the situation in which you're running into. So this is actually really interesting, and I think this is a really awesome recap, because really I'm going to screenshot this and I'm going to put it in the recorded punchback section of the Discord, because it is a punchback. It's a new low. So I could have done that probably 1,000 times today, but I do like that. So yeah, that's what happened in January. Is same thing that we always trade, same structure, all right there for you. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, as far as fundamentals or earnings, why they fell, I don't know. But that's what I got for you. All right, so the next one on our list was INTC. Where did I just type that? Oh, I typed that in that channel. That's funny. INTC makes sense. Cool. Yeah. If you trade, oh my God, what the fuck? Oh, I must have been, what was I doing over here? I must have been drunk. Probably showing people why trend doesn't work. All right. So this one, I definitely need to step out to the daily, and oh my God, wait, hold on a second. We talked about this. We talked about this, and I don't remember when it was, but it was obviously, I haven't touched this chart since, I'm going to go ahead and call, say, March. So I haven't looked at this since March, and as you guys can see, this is definitely showing out. So here's the deal. What you have is you have accumulation here. You did get a breakout, but you fell back in. Now, if you trade the Potter box strategy, you look for, again, I'm sorry, I get so fucking amped up, but it's just like I don't want you guys to think that I'm delivering you my opinions. These are facts, and I'll stand by that. I will stand by the fact that this is a factual mechanical mechanism in the market. You just saw it on Verizon. You're now seeing the same thing happen on INTC. 50% of any box, 1 minute, 5 minute, daily, weekly, the whole life, whatever it is, there's going to be some sort of cost basis. And that's what you ended up bouncing off of. You bounce off, you build back on top of that underneath. And actually, you ended up using the same mechanism, right? So on a lower time frame, I can see the box, right? I don't need to zoom in. I can see it. The box is right here. And within that box, there's a cost basis. I can see the wicks off of that. You break below that floor, entry 1, entry 2, entry 3. All 3 of those are your stop losses, right? You pull back, oh no. But guess what? You're fine because you bounce right off of that mark. And if you entered here or here, you're fine, right? Because we usually retest the area that we break, and that's the area that was broken. What did we say about Verizon? I didn't actually do analysis on. I just did recap analysis on that one. I'll take a look at it in a second. So here's the finishing analysis on Verizon. I did give a price target, I believe, at that point. I said that you were at the bottom of a downtrend, so there was a possibility that you might end up breaking into an uptrend. This is where you're going to use the structure above you to place your entries, exits, and stop losses once again, right? And I could do this. I could, but I'm not going to. So this is actually 2 boxes stacked on top of each other right there. And that's where you stopped. 36.65. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Reject, reject, reject. That's the bottom. That's the top. Then that means there's got to be a cost basis. Nice little wick off of cost basis. Candle close above that. Resistance. Everything looks good. Perfect. So I am going to say this. Now you need to find, because you're up against resistance, you got to find out what's underneath you. So where can you bounce? Now pull over and you can see, where does that wick come off of? That's 35.10. Go left, bounce, right? Big bounce off of 35.10. You're building right there. Underneath, you reject it. Right there, underneath, you reject it. So literally, my hand's disappearing. Right there. Underneath, above. So if you are going to continue moving to the upside, and yes, there is a cost basis here now. Guess what? You want to know when INTC is going to fall? I'll tell you. If it loses 35.75 in intraday trading, you will move back down to 35 even. Cool. All right, so the next one is QNT. Oh my God, what the fuck is this? Wait, is this, did you just, you better not have. You did. You did. You're trying to make me chart crypto. You're trying to make me chart crypto. That's just downright awful. How could you do this to me? You know what? I'm gonna give you a retail pattern. I'm gonna do this. You have a wedge. Look at this. It's a wedge. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. YOLO it. I don't know. I don't do crypto analysis, but I'll tell you what. We'll fucking do it because we're here. And let's see if crypto and stocks line up. Oh my God, is that a fucking cost basis? Is it real? It is. Oh my God. Look at that. Cost basis. You got a nice little fight right there. You got a wick right there. All right, let's do it again. Let's see what we got. We got it right here. We got a little structure. Oh my God, it's almost as if my analysis works wherever there's trading. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now, let's do this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Coco, you okay? You all right, big dog? Come here. Come here. Come here. You just gonna stare at me? You go potty? Do you need to go potty? I'll take you outside. Come here. You want to chart with me? You want to chart with me? Come here. You tired? Oh my God. Not a tired puppy. Sorry. Dog needs some love. Oh my gosh, yes. A space between your eyes. Feels good. All right, go to sleep. You look tired. Go to sleep. Yeah, she's tired. She's tired. All right. So yeah, analysis from crypto to it works. So if any of you trade crypto, for sure. All right. So the next one that we got, and I'm gonna pretend like I didn't do that because I promised I wouldn't, is WBA. All right, let's do this one real quick because I don't think this is gonna take a whole lot of my time. Okay, so you're sharing a support. There it is, no problem. Bam. 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 Structure below. Bop. So you did get a punch back there. I tell you what, my gosh. That's enough to piss off the Pope. Look at that shit. It's all mechanical, folks. Okay, so here's what I got for you. Depending on how you get there, right? You need to break basically. I don't know why my line just moved, but there it is, right there. All right, so this is 3286. Is really really simple. Um, yeah, I don't do any. I don't do any wedges, anything like that. Wedges actually are statistically the poorest performing one of the poorest performing patterns as far as reversals are concerned. Um, I believe that I don't believe, I feel that I know that wedges are the starts of channels. And you can actually find a wedges price target by simply measuring from top to bottom and looking at the 50% mark. That is typically where the channel will begin. So complete garbage on biotech, but yeah, at some point for sure. So yeah, WBA. All right, the next one is Unity, and my God, here we go again. Maybe I should start being more fucking. Maybe I should start doing that shit. Maybe I should start marketing myself super hard. Just tell all these gurus to gently lift up their chins, expose their foreheads, so I can drag my plays across them. All right. So let's see. It's not really 50. It looks like 50 is. Okay, so 50 is a zone. So you have more of a zone rather than a. So a lot of the times in an area that you have consolidated, remember we talked about points of control, you'll end up having a zone that controls cost basis. Rather, it'll widen up. So in this case, you do have 3950 and 4250. As you can see, this is where you reject multiple times before continuing to the downside. This is where that candle, you did move up to the upside. I think, yeah, you ended up hitting the wick at $45, which is psychological. And then the sellers pulled that candle back underneath. So from what I can tell you here, looking at this, if you are going to drop, it's likely going to be below $41. So below $41, watch for a smooth retest down to $39.70. All right. PayPal. Oh my God, what in the hell, dude? This is a garbage. Garbage. Muy garbage. I tell you what, that's a crisis. You hungry? What's up? Hmm? You're adorable. Hold on. Come here. You want to breathe into the mic? Or just bite me? You're just going to bite me? Just say hello? All right. Why don't you just relax? You don't have to eat me. All right. So PayPal, which is yeah, she's good. She's a good girl. Good dog. I do not have Google on the list, man. I've already taken about 20 requests here, and I'm making my way down. We've got Shop, Space, Sound, AI, CVNA, AT&T, Snow, AYX, Upstart, or OREC. So, yeah, let me go let her out real quick. Can you go, Patty? Come on. I'll see you in a minute. See you in a minute. Oh, look at that. All right. Let's do this. Okay, so anyway, you have a previous support right here, and it looks like resistance is here. And interesting, you have bad cost basis. So yeah, dude, this could be, I mean, maybe it springs up, but what I can tell you is that $75 is the mark. You must break $75. $75 is where I would see PayPal making a extended move, probably up to around 90 bucks. But at the moment, if you go and retest 72.23, which is going to be right here, and reject, that is a confluence, I would be looking for more downside. So. All right. I already did Starbucks. We're going to go ahead and keep moving. We got Shop. Okay, Shopify. That makes sense. It's an owl outside. So Shopify is coming out of a base. You ended up breaking into 55.35. And it appeared, to me, it really honestly appears that Shopify is holding 63.35 as a cost basis, or basically like 64 bucks. So it looks like it still wants more upside. But what I would say is that if you look at the daily and you just really rely on, focus on this structure. So regardless of where that's at, right? Sellers are here, buyers are there. Looks like cost basis is here. Yeah, so basically underneath $64, I would be looking for Shopify to move to 61, and that's where it would trigger that downside move. No, I'm not charting just in the weekly, whatever's necessary. Tampa Poly, thank you, man. I appreciate you. All right, Space. Such trash. Okay, so here's what I see. You are at a small bounce level, and this is 475. But I think this is really, really simple. If you lose 475, you're probably going to drop down into the 416, and that's basically where you have your next set of structure. So this is your box underneath you, and this is going to lead Space. Honestly, it could be a really nice short play. This is going to be a wonderful short play because right now Space has a target of like $1.82. I mean, you know, and that's if it breaks, but anything above 588 and 650, and you could be looking at continuation of the upside, probably into the 780s. Yeah, this honestly looks like the candidate for a potential punchback where you drop, lose this cost basis, and you would end up down at 185. I don't have, if I make it to it, I will. All right, sound. What the fuck is that? So you have overlapping boxes right there. You have resistance right there. There's an owl out there, and it's like, it's hooing. Fuck. No way. No way, dude. Wow. What a fucking look at that analysis, y'all. 375. 375 is cost basis within this much larger area of consolidation, and that's where you just got nabbed. So you can use, if you lose 290, short. If you break 370, temporary long, because honestly this looks like trash, and I'd probably only take it to about 450. Yes, my strategy does work on futures, and I don't have enough info to tell you it works on crypto, but we just did a QNT chart and it worked perfect. So yeah, I think so. I got you. I have not done SQ yet. Why is it everybody wants me to do it? Well, we'll throw it in there. I'm actually gonna go to the weekly here. Oh God, what a fucking terrible chart. Cost basis bounce though. So you did bounce off cost basis. You did recover 62.82. Ouch. Yeah, I don't know about that, dude. This is fucking trash. Why don't you use volume profile? Because I can see it with my eyes. I don't need to look at it anymore. I only used it. I used it, and what I that's what I think a lot of indicators should be used for is like, what data are you actually what were they trying to put into an indicator? You know what I mean? Like that's what, and so volume profile, just, I don't need to look at it anymore unless I'm truly confused about, like, I can tell you that if volume profile was on SQ's volume, one of them would probably be $65, or 64, 65 flat. You would probably, and then as well as 63.20 and probably the $67 mark. But again, I focus more on what the charts are showing me, and I've been far more successful. So, I have used it. I just don't use it anymore. So for SQ analysis, and again, this thing is just awful. I mean, it's the more ingrained you are in range, the harder it gets to determine where exactly things are going to go. So I just fucked that up. That goes right there. And then we're going to borrow this. That goes right there. And then it looks, yes, it is absolutely the truth. I found cost basis. Cost basis is 77.45. So if you have any hope of continuing to the downside, it is got to be above 77.60. And that's when it would be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So SQ could be good, but it has to start showing some promise soon and start recovering some of these bullish levels in order to show that it's ready and willing to do that. So, all right. Remember, guys, if you were with me, tap your screen. All right, so that's SQ for you. I'll add that to the, pretty sure I did that already. No, I didn't. SQ. All right. So the next one that we had was AI. Oh, shit. Never mind. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm like Joe Biden, dude. Seriously, dude. Look at that rejection there. That is cost basis. And then you look below you, right, at this floor, and you'll see, look at where we closed. Right on top. right on top of that $44 mark. So here's the deal. You don't want to lose that. If you lose that and you open a candle below 42.75, all right? So right here, you are going to fall, and you're probably going to go and dump back into the structure below you. I'm sure on the 4 hour, this would probably be, yeah. So look, right here, right there. So yeah, AI below 42.22 and $41, and I would say you're probably gonna pull back. And again, that's just a pullback, not a dump. Then you've got another area again, same thing: Potter box, floor, ceiling, cost basis. Look at the open on top of cost basis. Look at that 50% mark open, pop right off. So anything below 37.75 and you're going to trigger down again. And unfortunately, that could be the end of the line. There's also, oh yeah, that's pretty fiery right there. Oh my God, look at that. So yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I see the potential to pop down, hit 39.22, maybe do a little bit of building, punch back. That guarantees your new high. Then you've got sellers at $48. And I mean, honestly, I'd be looking at like 58 or some stupid shit like that. But use this structure right here in order to get in. So you've got $45.86 and $48. Yes, this will be on YouTube. How do I measure the boxes from which candle to which? Thank you. And which time frame do you use the most? All plays start on the daily, and yeah, it'll be on YouTube. All plays start on the daily, and then I move down into lower time frames to figure out how I'm going to do it. So the play must make sense on the daily, must show promise on the daily, or it's not, because a trend trader isn't trading range; he's trading trend. So, or he or she. So. Yeah, so I like that AI trade. CVNA. So this one kind of almost looks like AI, actually very similar structure. So I'd be interested to see how these two play out in unison. They almost look totally identical, except for Carvana doesn't have nearly as much structure. But this one actually played out, y'all. So if you zoom out to the daily, I had price targets of at highs $27, but at the most $21.80. You ran up, you did punch, you have not lost your cost basis, so there's still potential for a new high, and I believe that new high should be around $32, so it's going to be right around there. But what I think happens is I think that you bounce off of this cost basis and then squeeze people out right there. But below that cost basis, obviously, that changes. AT&T. How do I, or AT, yeah, T, it's T. How far back should the chart go? As long as it's relevant. Whatever's relevant. If a level from 2 years ago is still holding up today, then use it. Use the structure around it. So, if you go to the Discord, or if you're having trouble getting in the Discord and DMing me about joining or the yearly discount, lifetime discount, or you're just trying to get in, period, take the browser link and copy and paste it, or take the Discord link and copy and paste it into your browser, and it should come right up. So. Nah, that happened. Yeah, so you ended up retesting that and dropping, but obviously we didn't get the full enchilada there. And I think we did discuss the potential for AT&T to move back up into cost basis at 1880 and then see that dump. So as of right now, you are in basically like an extreme open range. The only resistance you have right now is 1620. And then you have another resistance followed by 1684. Those two marks, I know there's a lot of marks here, but this is a heavy volume stock. Not really. It's just each level has heavy volume. So, but above this 1623, I would be looking for a retest of 1715. But ultimately, I'd be looking for a break up and a move into the 1886. Jonah, I am going to post a video on that. So, if you are spamming the chat with requests, I will not take them. I will not take them. So, I am making my way down the request. Once I get done with those, we can move on to the other charts. But I am gonna go ahead and hop off here. I think after I'm done with those, and I'm actually gonna eat this time, and we'll see if we finish up the rest. Jojo, thank you, man. I appreciate it. All right, what are we doing next? Departing now. Mr. Potter will watch this on YouTube. If not, yeah, I can do that for sure. All right, so for snow, I'll write that down. GNCR, or wait, GNRC. All right. Mic check, mic check. Okay, all right. I'm gonna order a new mic after this. Yeah. All right. So, anyway, so let's kind of analyze snow here. So first of all, a stupid amount of, I mean, this is kind of madness. You're in a ridiculous amount of consolidation. This is a heavy area of consolidation. 185.15, and you did actually break above that. The candle closed on top of 185, and your current resistance above you is right here. So you got close enough. You didn't really, you basically got within a breath of that resistance, 195 even. You pulled back. So the goal, I think, is pretty simple. And there's actually a gap on snow at 226.50. If I was trying to get into snow or trading snow, that would probably be one of my only targets. Because, I mean, it's, let's see here. Yeah, it's almost a straight, and really, I guess I wouldn't even be just aiming for the gap, because if you break into the gap, that would imply that you are breaking cost basis, which should lead you up into 250. So there's a potential here to believe that, and again, you did break out, you did close there, but ultimately you do need to break above 198. So. Good time frame to figure cost basis every single time frame for real though. All right. By the way, if you guys don't follow my backup Twitter or TikTok, make sure to do that. I think it's yeah, so I'll type follow me in the chat. There. All right, so we got snow, AYX. Guys, I'm moving down the request that I was given, and then we'll get back to taking yours. This seems relatively straightforward. AYX, without looking at anything else, must hold $44. Let me be exact. Yeah, so $44 must be held. If it's not, you're going to fall back down. And you got to break. You're actually in a good spot to do either or. You need to break 47.75. That's number one. Man, that's an ugly ass chart, though. Cool. All right. So yeah, AXY. Simply put, break 47.75, and you should move back up into like honestly the first price target that I see right here is like 54.35. But if you reject 47 and you lose that support, then look for a new low. So Upstart. Okay, so here's what I am pulling from this chart. Wow, what a fucking awful chart. Okay, so you actually are trying very much to close above 3670. You got a cost basis. Oops, shit. You got a cost basis underneath you, and that's right here, and that is $34. Okay. Then we got a floor that's 31.75, and that leads us up here, where then we have another area, and its cost basis. So I see a trip up to. Why is that so fucking low? So yeah, right now you need to bounce off of 34.31 if you pull back. Otherwise, you need to hold and you need to start making your way up to 43.50. From there, you have a cost basis of 47.86, and that could be your new downside. But honestly, this is not a great place to stop. You do have a lot of open air above you, but if you pull back now, that could start to kind of way you get it too close to a cost basis break, which you would probably want to avoid. It looks like you got a nice, decent uptrend here. Yeah, so I would say sideways would be the best. Do you believe to use 4 stages of a stock accumulation uptrend? Just for sure, Jojo. I mean, yeah, that's a part of trading. I don't use the verbiage as much as I'm sure people would like, but yeah, same concepts. All right, so ORC, what? Oracle. I was trying to look at my own handwriting. Okay, I can't help you. I can't help you. So again, everybody's strategy has a weak point. Mine is all-time highs. I can't take and I'm glad that that's a thing. Now I can potentially look at the downside, right? I can look at the a reversal or something. I can still spot structure, but if there's no structure above, I have nothing. Right? So I typically don't want to buy stocks moving into all-time highs anyway. So that saves me from really making that mistake. Now we have cost basis right here. That's 126.50, and it looks like. Yeah. Okay, that looks good to me. All right. So for any Oracle downside, watch Oracle below 125.15. There is a potential bounce at 124.48, but otherwise I'd be looking for a retest of 124.12. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, it's the Discord and this shit is gold. Also, Puppy, try Trading View. Yeah, I apologize, guys. I've been reading the wrong chat. Um, yeah. So listen, if you are trying to replicate my strategy, you cannot do it without ARCA and NYSE data, and you cannot do it without the 24-hour time frame on your chart. So, all right. GNRC. Oh, I did this one. Yeah, I did this one, I think. So let's go to the daily really quickly. And yeah, I think, yeah, so pretty simple. Don't lose 116.30. Excuse me, never mind. 115.50. 115.50, and you're more than likely going to end up moving back to the downside. I think when we looked at the weekly as well, right? The weekly has us up against resistance, and as you can see, sellers are dominating. So now buyers are resilient here and continuing to push up off of that basis. But as of right now, if you end up not holding above that, you will go make a new low, and that's probably going to be at $91. So, all right. All right, guys. It is basically 4 o'clock. I am going to go ahead and tap out for now. I need to eat because I skipped lunch. My eyes are starting to hurt here a little bit. My back's also not feeling great, so I'm going to get up, get some blood pumping. I'll let you guys know when I hop on or if I hop on. This was a good sesh. We definitely got close to like 100 tickers done. I'll have to sit down and count, but awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys a whole bunch. I'll try to be live to take whatever remainder requests you guys have, and yeah, this was fun. So I appreciate you guys. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was a good day to chart. I'm glad I don't have to do this anymore. Get yourself some blue light filtering glasses. I actually do have. I'm just not wearing them right now because my eyes hurt from wearing glasses. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, if you guys are trying to join the lifetime or the yearly in the Discord, make sure you guys are, ingrained in there. Just shoot me a DM on Discord. If you can't get on Discord, you can copy and paste the link in your browser. Any other questions, concerns, comments, whatever it may be, let me know. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you guys learned something. I will do some editing and try and pull some snippets out of the YouTube. It's 10 hours or some shit like that. So, but anyway, thank you for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow. So, hell yeah. Cool. You guys are here. Yeah, welcome. Make sure to check out the chat. Make sure if you're new to go to the how to use our Discord channel and watch that video. So, but anyway, I'm out.